can you talk to us a little bit about how the pandemic is going to affect post-placement supervision?
As I
And
mentioned,
explain what that is. I'm sorry.
sure. When a family brings a child home, there's a requirement, and it's different in each state as far as timing and frequency of visits, where the agency or social worker, usually the one who conducted the home study, is invited back into the home and is required to assess the family, how they are responding to the baby and adjusting to the baby, and how the baby is adjusting to the family.
Or
And
the
so
children.
it's part, yeah,
Anyway,
yes, there are the children. And so there is an assessment of the well-being of the child in the home. And so those reports, once again, are conducted by the social worker or the agency, and there's a report written up, and that report is typically submitted to the court in conjunction with the papers that are filed for the finalization. So those two, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, those meetings are also falling under the category of doing it electronically, where there's a visit done as a Skype or a Zoom or in some way. So there are regulations being put forth by the departments and the licensing agencies that will approve what exactly needs to be looked at or asked.
so they're not postponing the visits, they're just doing them the same way they're doing the home study via FaceTime or Skype or whatever. They're going in with technology. Do you think that they will then maybe make another visit down the road when they can go back into the home? Or do you think that they're going to be so backlogged that they're just going to say what's done is done? Have you heard any mumblings about that?
I haven't heard any mumblings. I think that the social distancing will be relaxed somewhat down the road, but I don't think that people are going to, there'll be one point in time where it will be eliminated for these families who are requiring post placements now.
Okay.
We're still going to see, I think it'll be so far down the road that if there's any issues or questions or concerns, they need to be addressed now instead of postponing or doing it later.
Right. Okay. And not doing both. I mean, is doing both an option? Can they do an electronic or post placement and then schedule one 3 months later? Or that's not, that was, I think I'm confusing myself and you.
Some states have a schedule as to how frequently those post placements have to be done, and they
Okay.
want to stick to the schedule.
Right.
That doesn't mean that in some states, if they haven't finalized yet, because we'll also see a backlog
Mhm.
in the courts being able to finalize those adoptions. So the courts may require an extra visit.
Okay.
We'll see. I think it's a case by case, state by state basis.
Okay. Thank you for that.